Hello, everybody. It's Shane from Stourval. I hope you're keeping well. I thought it was about time I'd done an update, as I know the last one hasn't happened in quite some time. There has been an awful lot that's happened in my world and my life, so um, I suppose without further ado, I'm in a position now to do an update video for you to let you know what's been happening and to hopefully give you some ideas. So apologies that there has been such a long time. However, unfortunately, life happens. We at the back end of last year knew that we were going to have a move back down to be with family, back where we originated from. An opportunity come up with my job to be able to relocate to where we originally left when we were living in Suffolk previously. So that was on the cards, and that was sort of penciled in for the end of November last year. So that actually was quite a big driver towards the second half of last year. That was in the background with everything we were doing. Unfortunately, just before we were due to move at the beginning of November, unfortunately, one of my sister-in-laws suddenly passed away very suddenly and unexpectedly, which really shook us up, and was a difficult time, right on top of when we were moving as well. So it was a really difficult and challenging time. The other part with the moving as well is also that we were trying to find somewhere to relocate into whilst being in Suffolk, but wasn't able to do that. So we also had to then, when we did move at the end of November, put our stuff in storage and stay with some family members for a couple of months until we have now finally managed to find somewhere where we've been in just over a month. So um, there's quite a bit that's gone on, as I'm sure you can appreciate. So I just wanted to obviously put everyone in the picture, and update everybody. It's taken a while to settle into the place as well, because obviously me with my job, I'm really busy anyway, and coming into a new area, basically having to start again. It's been quite a time consuming and stressful time. So there's not been a lot of time available. And capped with that, my wife started a role as well. So any free time over the last month or so at weekends has been sort of consumed with trying to get the flat in a position to be livable, which we're finally getting towards the end. We're not fully done, but we're most of the way there now. So that's a really key positive bit. Moving forward with Stourval, so again we've downsized again. We obviously previously was in a house, now we're in a flat. So space is of a premium, and anybody who models in Double O realizes the challenges that we have. You'll probably remember from the previous updates that I've done in regards to the modular layout I was building that's stored in the really useful boxes. Sort of just about managed to wrap that up just before we needed to move. So that is here with us. However, because we had storage, and everything had to go in storage, I wasn't prepared to put the locomotives in there. So they're actually with my dad currently, stored at his place. And when I get some time, I need to go and visit and obviously retrieve all of my locomotives now that there's everything's a bit more settled in the space within the flat. So that's the next on the agenda, because although I've got the track work and all of the tools and everything like that, I haven't actually got any locomotive. So I've got the basic rolling stock in terms of coaches and wagons, but I haven't got any motive power or controller, as that is all at my dad's premises. So that's the next one, needing to book some time to go and retrieve them. Um, but again, with the challenges with space, um, I'm already rethinking the layout that I'd done. And of course, it would always be me if I was to rip it up and start again. As you may have seen, it happens once or twice already on this channel. So hopefully, I'm in a point where I can start to think about that. The positive on the horizon is I saved a lot of time in terms of annual leave with my work, thinking that I'd need to use it for moving. And as everything panned out, I only ended up using a day. So over the next few weeks and couple of months, I've got quite a few bits of holiday dotted and spreaded around. So I'm hoping that's going to allow me the time to start looking at and really thinking. So hoping to really crack back on with some railway stuff. Those of you that remember though what I did before with the modular baseboards was that I built them so that they folded upon themselves, which was great because they fitted inside the 14-litre really useful storage boxes. It's a brilliant concept and it allowed me to double up the length effectively, which was great. However, in terms of what I wanted to achieve, when I was getting to the nuts and bolts of what I wanted to achieve, I didn't have enough width, and that's a real dilemma and problem. A lot of you know that effectively I want a terminus station, branch line sort of station towards the end of Southern Steam, probably late 50s, early 60s. Obviously, I run Rule 1 because I've got other locos other than Southern, but predominantly my stock will be Southern stock, generating from the Southern region. It's natural. So, yeah, my ideal is a sort of terminus station where you've got very small platform, comes in, and probably like a good shed, so you've got a little bit of activity to break up. I mean, some of the channels that I've looked at, in particular, one called Deardsley, which was a fictional station based in East Anglia, which ironically was where I was up before. But the concept of Deardsley, if you was to watch those, was brilliant. Small station where trains would come in and out, one main platform, one bay platform, which I'd really want, and I was struggling to do on the one that I created, and some sort of goods yard facility. So although the idea was really good with the folding on itself to double the length, to give me good length in one box, what I've then struggled with is in terms of width. It's really crammed to try and achieve what I want to achieve on such a small space. So I'm really starting to think now about redesigning. Because of limitations, if I am going to achieve a model railway, I'm probably going to have to stick to the really useful storage boxes idea. But one thing that I have now contemplated is actually reversing the decision. So rather than the boards going lengthways to double out in length, actually to put the hinges on the bottom and have two still in a box, but have them open out so I can double the width. So it would go that way, in and out, so they'd store in the box rather than sort of that way. Sorry for the really poor hand signals, by the way, but got to improvise. So I'm going to spend some time now really planning um, and thinking out logically what I want to achieve, looking at some measurements. Before I do anything to what I've already done, I want to look at how feasible that's going to be and look at if I can figure out alternatives if not. So there may be a bit of time again between this and the next video, um, because I'm going to have to figure that out. But hopefully, I'd like to start to think that we'd be in a position where I'd be able to do it, because the other consideration I really did have, and it is one I've spoke about on the channel before, is the only other way that I can see me doing what I want to do is having to sacrifice 00 gauge for looking to switch to probably N gauge, just because of the space saving capacity, which I have contemplated and potentially will continue to contemplate when I plan out at the planning stage. But as I've always sort of said all along, the availability of stuff in N is nowhere near as good as the range and the scale size as obviously 00. So that's where I'm at. I wanted to jump on and do it, what I was hoping to be a short video, but I know I've been rambling now for a while. But just to update you all and let you guys know what's going on. So yeah, effectively I'm going to be head down in some planning stage again to consider what's practical, what's possible, what will work, what won't. Having moved in the store, in the shed down the bottom of the garden, we've got quite a considerable amount of cardboard boxes of furniture and other stuff that we've had to order, obviously being in a new place. So before it gets recycled either in the weekly collection bin or down the local dump, I will probably use some of that to really map out and plan what I might do before I actually do anything really drastic. So just thought I'd bring you all up to date and let you know. Thanks ever so much for all of your time and support, and sticking with the channel. I hope to bring you an update at some point in the not too distant future. Take care. Thank you for your support, and I will see you again in the not too long future, hopefully. Many thanks. Bye.